everybody. It's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. We are here another Sunday with L Train going over the last season of Harlem. We're on episode 3 and 4. I don't feel like 3 and 4 were as juicy as 1 and 2. But I guess we got to get through this to get to how they're going to end it. We'll discuss that at the end. Now that we know, I'm assuming they're going to put episodes 5 and 6 up together, like in doubles, like they've been doing all season. At the end of this, I want us to discuss where we want to see the characters go in the last 2 episodes.
Okay.
You all think about that in the chat as well. First thing I put in my notes was $1,600.
What?
Babies are expensive. Not having health insurance is expensive, but I was like $1,600
for a blood test, y'all. Like, let me go to Walgreens or something, take a test.
Right, lab work. Like, that's when I just have to pray on it and see. I'm gonna love the baby no matter what come out, but we just
for real. Come on.
They don't seem that old on the show to me. Like, they give me early 30s, but I guess that's something you still would want to check.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I had my son 21 years ago, they weren't doing tests like that was never given to me as an option of something. Do I want to know? I was also 24 at the time, so maybe they thought I was young enough to not have those worries. But I would have thought Camille and them would have been young enough not to have those worries as well. But
it's kind of just a different era.
Maybe it is a different era. That's something people want to know now before.
Yeah, new technology, and I don't know, just a new way of knowing different things. I mean, you can know the sex of your baby very, very early on. Normally, it's not that way. So, like they got that 3D thing or 4D.
Yeah, I didn't have that back in my day either.
Yeah.
It's really cool the way they can look at babies now. Maybe for the grandchildren, one day, no day soon, but one day, maybe for the grandchildren, I could look at a 3D. Up next, I wrote that Ty is giving Eva a chance, but they're still celibate. We're gonna see Ty and Eva evolve through the next 2 episodes, but I am happy that Ty is giving Eva a chance because in the preseason video, I did want Ty to find love. So,
yes. From what I see, Eva is a keeper. Like, you have a mate amongst
at that equally
well,
like she's not like they're both professional women. Like, she's not having like a hanger on of her career. Like, Eva has her own career. They have their own plate. Like, I feel like they are a good match.
Yeah, both of them can be stars in their own right. In that type of relationship or professionalism, nobody's stepping on anyone's toes, really, except for what we see in episode 4.
Yeah. Also, at the beginning, Angie and Mike are looking at some wedding venue that as soon as I saw it, I was like, can they afford this? But apparently Mike can. I mean, I guess he got the money.
Yeah, he can. But of course, he's all, I don't really want all this fancy dancy razzle dazzle stuff. And I feel him, but then I know how a woman does feel about about the wedding. They usually, some go all out,
Some do. We could talk about this now because Angie and Mike really didn't have too much. They finally have the conversation of why he doesn't want a huge wedding, because he's not that close to his family and he doesn't want the whole wedding party to be on one side of the aisle. I get it, but it's still a red flag to me. Like, why are we rushing down this aisle? Are you rushing down the aisle because you're trying to create the family that you never had or that you're not close to? Like, it's something. And then, little piece of me is like, but why aren't you close to your family? Like, Angie should have asked more questions for me.
I agree. That's what I was going to bring up because it's like, okay, you're just finding out while you're choosing venues that he's not close to his family.
Right. You should have
You're
known that
talk-
when you said yes.
yes, you're talking about your family. Like, what do you know about this man outside of him? That's crazy to me. Like, what is keeping you outside of your family? I still, well, we won't talk about episode 4, but it's just like I thought possibly I was going to start liking Mike and Angie until that little bit of a gesture that he made at the end of episode 4. I was like, I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know yet.
That whole marriage is a red flag to me. Also, it's just because I'm not a fast mover. So when people move fast like that, it would scare me in real life. So when I see it on television, I'm like, but why are we doing this so fast? Like, why
When
are
I see when I seen them kind of working out some situations, I was like, okay, well, maybe they can deal with it, I guess, because it's just
but
like,
to me, that you should work that out while you're dating. Kind of like, I know we're jumping all over, but like Ty and Eva eventually had to work something out, but they're dating. That's how you get to know people and know, okay, how are we going to handle conflict? Is this someone I want to marry because we can't handle conflict? Like, they just jumped into this engagement and it's weird to me.
yeah. Obviously, I really think that Angie's more uh, work focused, career focused. She don't even see what's going on in her relationship for real. He, for whatever reason, is rushing into this marriage, and I think that the rug is going to be pulled up from up under her in regards to who this man is.
I think so too. Unfortunately, I don't want it for her, but
Right.
up next, Camille pops up over Ian's house. Oh, girl. Y'all forgive how I talk to my phone. I said, oh, girl comes outside to feed him a sample or something. She can't know that that Camille is having a baby. But I said, Camille, you need to stop popping over this man's house, getting embarrassed. You embarrassing yourself. Now, at
Trifling.
this moment in time, I don't think Ian has told Portia about the baby, but because we were robbed of that in episodes 3 and 4, we never really know when he told or how he told Portia about this baby.
Right. I think that that's really missing. I think in my mind, Portia came out because she seen Camille and
Right.
said, "That's mine." She in her own way.
I got the same feeling. I got that same vibe because what you coming outside for? Somebody rang the doorbell, like, why are you running? It ain't for you. That ain't your house.
Right, right. And I think that Camille was trifling for not.
Who's trifling for going over there?
Yeah, it's just like you think that you have some ownership. I
Mm-hmm.
understand y'all having a baby, but you're not even respectful to him. You just went off of can we talk? And then you came over. You didn't even plan. Like, what are we how are we gonna talk?
Right.
Can I come over? Are you coming over to my
Are
house?
you home right now? Can I stop by? You want to meet at the coffee shop at 5? Okay, come over here at 6. You can't just keep popping up over this man's house knowing that he's in a committed, exclusive relationship.
Right.
You just
And
embarrassing yourself, Camille, baby or not.
for real. And now you know she lives there.
Right.
So
You keep getting your feelings hurt. If you would stay in your lane, your feelings wouldn't get hurt. Because that brings up Camille is still jealous about the breakup she started. Portia lives there. Ian tells Camille about the embryos, and Camille gets all in her emotions. Do you think she would have made a different decision if she knew about the embryos? I don't think she would have.
No, I think she was set when she finally made her decision on keeping the baby. Um, I think it would have been something else to think about because she gonna always have to think about something else. Um, but I think it's a shock to her that, oh, y'all really.
Right, you're really serious. That would scare me too, because like I said, we don't know the exact timeline, but they couldn't have been dating more than 3 or 4 months, and y'all are creating embryos. Now, Ty explains it later, the medical scientific purpose of having an embryo versus freezing an egg.
Mhm.
I get it when Ty explained it, but that was still too much for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's too much for me. You don't even know if you all are going to be working this relationship, but now you got 4 kids on ice. That's weird to me. To me,
I
that's
will,
worse than Angie getting married because you can always get a divorce. You can't do anything about. I mean, you
but
can't terminate the 4 children on ice, but why go through that if that's what you're gonna? It's weird. It's too fast for me.
well, we got the what is his name? Oko Cinco's.
Ocho
We
Cinco,
got we got the futures out here. We got the Nick Cannons out here that just making babies and acting like everything's cool. Don't care where the children are or how many homes you're actually making that you're not really a part of. Maybe that's how Ian is thinking a little bit. Like, look, I have children now. I want them, and hey, I'm gonna be here. He acted like he got the money to supply for these children.
some money. I don't think he's. I don't think he's rich, but I don't think he's broke.
Right. He's a chef, but I looked at how. Oh, we haven't gotten there yet. Never mind.
Mm,
And yeah, how he was able to provide for Camille. So
right.
we can get
We
there
got there.
later.
But that's what I said is Camille's problem is she lets her emotions get in the way of taking care of business. Your purpose of going to Ian's house was to talk about the insurance and you need money, not to get in your feelings about what he got going on inside of the house. So I feel like she got in her feelings. It took us a couple more scenes for them to have a conversation about the money, and we'll get to that. But
Mhm.
of course, Camille did her storm off, her angry storm off. Girl, you broke up with that man. You could only be mad at yourself.
Facts. So I don't have any sympathy in regards to
I
that.
don't
Sorry.
either. Either. You left him. Anyway, I don't know what this pertains to, but I said not a harem. I don't know.
Oh, I remember that.
I
Lord.
guess, Carly, do you know that lady's name in real life? I think she's some kind of blogger. Was she on Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out? The lady who played.
Uh, oh, that's B Simone?
Okay, that's what I knew. Her face looked familiar. So Carly going off talking about the man got a harem and he lost his luggage, whatever. I ain't care nothing about that. Um, the thing is, everyone was telling Quinn to clap back at Carly on social media, and I felt like that would be extremely bad for Quinn because she doesn't have that clapback energy. Like, let this blow over.
Yeah. Basically, Simone used social media manipulation
Mm-hmm.
to try to whatever she was trying to do towards Seth and added Quinn into that whole situation, which was bad. But this is the era of doing that in order to get clout or to get a mob against someone that you want them to attack.
Yep.
And it's unfair and crazy. I think that even though they said to address it, they wanted her to do something more extreme, like how B. Simone was in there, being so dramatic and all that. And we still don't even know if that was the truth that Carly was saying about that.
Well, by the end of episode 4, it seemed like it was kind of true.
Well, yeah, because I think, well,
That
I have some thoughts about that. I just don't. It's something else that Seth got going on that probably we're not, because the whole thing has been a baiting type of situation with Quinn to do business stuff for him.
pick out outfits. I don't know. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Next, we get to the conversation between Ty and Eva, and how Eva had this crazy story about Family Feud. I don't think I can say what she said on this YouTube. So if y'all watched, y'all know. But we learned that Ty has never came out to her family. She just left home and never went back.
See, I have to say something. I like Ty, but I lose respect for Ty.
Hmm.
And how I lose respect is her ability to run away.
Mm-hmm.
She did that with her husband and all of that when she finally wanted to be honest with the girlfriend that she was with. They weren't with it because she doesn't know how to be vulnerable and she doesn't know how to stand in her truth. Then I'm seeing her being this mogul in the tech world, and then you're bold with your sexual life. It's just like that's the only really thing that you can really stand on is how you can be with women, but you don't know how to be just truthful with people that whether they accept you or not, because how her demeanor is like F the world. I am who I am and you accept me, but then you got all this baggage where you aren't the same towards them. You just disappear out of their lives. And that's where I lose respect because I'm like, but I think she can gain my respect as I see the episodes.
Ty is I've said that somewhere in my notes because there's another part of episode 3 or 4 where she gets to running again. As a runner, she doesn't know how to handle difficult confrontational situations that she feels won't come out in her favor. She rather just run than deal with the negative. I'm not a part of the LGBTQ plus community, so I don't know the anxiety of coming out to your parents, especially knowing that your parents are homophobic. So I wouldn't know what those shoes feel like to come from that perspective. But I'm happy that I don't think they were girlfriends yet, but I'm happy Eva told her, you need to talk to your parents. Like, you can't run from this. And celibacy is just makeup. That's just what you making the picture look pretty, but being celibate isn't going to ultimately solve the root of your issues, which is you're a runner. You like to run away from conflict, which you wouldn't think about that from Ty, but major stuff, she's gonna run from it. Like, she rather throw you out of her life than deal. And that is an issue. There's a lot of people that do that in all aspects of life. A part of me feels like, do the parents already know and you running from something that maybe you shouldn't run from? Because think of all the technology of social media. Like, Ty is this huge mogul that owns this huge platform called Q for queer love, finding queer love. Do your parents not have social media, a newspaper, other family members? Like, I kind of feel like she gonna visit her parents and they already gonna know. They be like, girl, we know.
Well, depending on what part of Georgia she's from, you never know. So, as far as how much access they have to media, yeah, it is ironic that she is a dating app guru about putting people together, but she doesn't know how to maintain in relationships, whether it's romantically or familial. Like, so it's really ironic at how the writers wrote her for this time. So, and what was it? Eva said something that just made me just go, wow. She said, playing defense must be exhausting. I
Mm-hmm.
said, it is.
It is. Because you're
And
always
then,
dodging what you think coming, where if you just tell the people, you ain't got to worry about all this ducking and dodging.
yeah, yeah, it's too much
You
energy.
already disowned your family. If they disown you, what's the difference? But at least
Right,
now you're free to live your truth.
right, right. Because still, you think that you're protecting yourself without knowing how that they will actually treat you after if you do tell them. However, it's still freedom to say, I am who I am, love me or not. I'm still
And
going to
why
be
the parents chasing her down? It's no way that my son could walk out of my house one day and I'm not calling my mom, his cousins, his dad, anybody. Like, you talk to Cheeks, where's he at? What it like? It's no way my son could disappear for 10 years and I'm like, I guess he don't want to have nothing to do with me. Like, that's
right,
kind of strange to me. Like, why aren't the parents looking for you?
right, right, right. I don't know. Maybe they always had. Some people have an idea about you and have already. Some parents will already know that you probably are gay or lesbian and already treat you a certain way, anyways, without
That
anyone coming
case.
out.
That could be the case. Like, I'm sure the parents already know.
Hmm.
And maybe their homophobia is telling them not to care. I don't know, but that's some tricky writing in there. We ain't gonna dig too deep.
Right.
Next thing I said was $50,000. I don't
Uh,
know why writing notes like that. Angie booked the deposit behind Mike's back. I kind of felt like that wedding planner was tricking her. Like, if you don't book it now, it's over. Like, I was like, okay, girl, well, it's over. You ain't gonna make me book it right now. But we already talked about how he opens up and tells her about the family situation. Angie's going to dispute the Amex charges, and that's it. Okay. Next, Quint quits her job with Sev to appease Carly, I believe is her name.
mhm.
Why, Quint, why you have to go to that extreme? I'm not quitting my job just to appease somebody I don't know.
I think that was just a way to keep the peace because she knew that social media and the business world was not going to be on her side because of how B. Simone is playing victim and saying that she's the villain in this whole situation. I
Yeah.
think that's like it was the most professional way. I understand. I think it was the professional way, and also she's getting other bookings, so she
Right.
doesn't need that. Not for real at this point. Her name is out there, so
It worked out in her favor, but I wouldn't have quit my job. I'm sorry.
no.
I would have
I
apologized them. I wouldn't say nothing because the way people target people on social media nowadays, 48 hours and they on to the next. Like, someone else is going to do something and they're on to the next. I would have sat back for 48 hours and kept it moving. But
mhm.
you never know how you would truly feel if you're not in it, though. So that's another thing. We're
Right,
almost
right.
on episode 4. The only thing I put in my notes is celibacy is over and Ian is going to pay the bills and it's a girl.
Yeah, basically. All that craziness, she wouldn't even ask him for anything and at first. Now she finally says it. I guess she didn't think, I don't know why, think that Ian was going to step up and do anything for her. Here's the receipts and all this. Why are you so anxious? Just tell the man.
Listening to all of the old negative baby mama, baby daddy stories where, some, if you, it's not all, but some will be like, they gonna take the money and buy shoes. They gonna like, and she's probably feeling like, look, the bill really is $1,600, But I
Hmm.
think she needs, instead of going by what other people's situation, try Ian out first and see how he acts before you put him in the baby daddy category, because not all of them are bad.
Hmm. And if you saw how he was during the beginning of the episode, all of his text messages have been quite receptive
Mm-hmm.
until she pulled that stunt coming over to his house. So it's like you put yourself in a lot
Tell
of
you right now,
weird.
the meals of the world, y'all gonna get y'all feelings hurt thinking because you have a baby trumps a man being in a relationship with another woman. There's no scale here. These are two totally different categories. Of course, your baby is important. Of course, your baby is a priority. But when we come over here to the relationship ladder, his relationship is equally a priority and is important. So when you start playing tit for tat, that's when you get your feelings hurt.
Hmm. Hmm. And nobody can do anything for you. Sorry.
And I
Well,
really don't feel bad for you, girl, because you broke up a happy relationship because you didn't want a baby just to turn around and have one.
there's your cards. That's all I got.
Okay, we're on episode 4, and I said, wow, we already 8 months pregnant. Okay, writers. Y'all really want this show to be over. Y'all be like, girl, go on, have this baby and let's get this over with. Okay,
Yeah.
Camilla's 8 months. I wish we could have got a. Oh, I already said that. I wish we could have got a scene of Ian telling Portia. How do you feel about that? Because I really want to know. That would explain so much. A woman who has fertility issues found a man, fell in love. They have embryos on ice, and then bam, he done got another woman pregnant. His ex is pregnant. I would have liked to see how that conversation went down.
Right.
I want to
'Cause
know what kind of emotion. Like, obviously, whatever he said to her, she is cool with it. But I would have liked to see how that went down.
yeah, because I mean, Portia does matter in this situation. I mean, she didn't ask to be in this. She's just there. Um, and then the man that you are in relationship with, whether you're in love or what not, and somebody that you're familiar with, you grew up with, now did something with someone that I couldn't do myself as far as getting pregnant on my own. And then I know that she's your ex, and I know that she likes to be a bugaboo. And
No, there's feelings involved.
yeah, I don't know how much he's told her. It needed that. I know that the girls are the main focus, they are the leads, but that's hard to just leave out. And then the Camille thing, we're just seeing Camille react to stuff because it's not going her way.
I want to know what made her stay because,
Yeah.
I call this Condola story that
Oh
comes
yeah.
from Insecure. We know Issa, this is an Insecure reference, wanted to work things out because she loved Lawrence. But ultimately, she was like, I can't do this. I can't sit by and watch you have a baby with another woman. Now, we all know how Insecure ended. Issa and Lawrence eventually got back together. But I want to know what made Portia say, I'm cool with this. I want to ride this out. I want to still be with you. And I don't care you having a baby with your ex. Like, to me, a man having a baby with his ex is messy.
Hmm.
It's messy. And I wouldn't, as a single woman with no ties, y'all ain't even been together 6 months. I would have left. I would have like, okay, y'all can have it. Good luck. I wish you the best. But I don't know. I feel like I was robbed of seeing the process of what would make a woman want to stay in that. Because to me, you only want to stay to say you have a man. Like, I don't want her to have a man. So because it's messy. There's going to be times when this baby is a newborn that they're going to have to be together.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to leave your house to go be over there with Camille.
Right.
That's messy. And to me, I want to know what made her feel like, okay, I'll sign up for this.
For real. And then we don't know if they are about to put an embryo in her. I was like, so while he's over there with that baby, he ain't really paying attention to you. It could be it could very much be messy and quite uncomfortable.
Especially by the end of this.
Yeah.
By the end of this, okay, let's move on because not too much really happened on episode 4. I don't have that many notes. We get the top drawer. Damn it, what's their name? Eva and Ty are really in the heat of their relationship, and she gives Eva the top drawer, and they're sharing office space. To me, now I'm just gonna give y'all my opinion. You can tell me your opinion. I love attention. I love attention in a relationship, but I don't need 24-hour attention. I don't need to go in the office with you, back home with you. Like, either you can't go to your own office, and you know, I like to want to, I'm rushing home to see you. I miss you. When do y'all have the opportunity to miss each other?
Okay, so I'm an Aquarius. I'm the type of person that needs my space, but I'm also the type of person who is, when I get comfortable with you, I get clingy. Like it's a weird type of situation for me. I still need my space. Um, Possibly the only reason why they need all this attention is because okay, we're in the same field somewhat, and it could work out that way. But I would like to ask the question towards you, since you like people moving slow. Um, you think they moving too fast?
I think they're at a good speed. Like, they're not jumping into marriage. They aren't jumping into babies. It was even at the 8-month mark, because Camilla's 8 months pregnant, before they even said I love you. I don't like when people say I love you fast either. So
Okay.
I feel like they're dating. They're moving. The only thing that would aggravate me is you gotta be sitting in my office. Like, I like to miss people. I like to be away from people and miss them and come back together. I can't be with somebody all day, every day. Like, no.
It builds the anticipation,
Yeah.
allows me to want you more or whatever, and just have a time to, oh, when we get together, it's all about you and me, and all that good stuff. I understand that. It can be quite, for me, if the right word is congestive, it's just like, okay, well,
You look,
I'll
it's
see you.
congested in here. Like I don't even mind them sharing the top drawer. When she said you could spend the night for 2 to 30 nights, I don't mind any of that. But I do feel like at least let me breathe in the 8-hour workday. Like, can I at least go to work?
Right. And isn't any of this looking weird to the company that y'all are at? Because y'all are in different positions.
But
And
I thought Eva was at a totally different company who was funding. Her company was the company that's funding P, the new tech project P.
right, so should they really be around each other like that? Because it could be looking quite, what's the word? Uh, it could be looking like, okay,
Respectful
so
of the client.
Yeah, you're really working and having a romance with a client. It can look weird in the business world. So,
It could, and it could not be an everyday thing. We just saw a couple of days in the office. They might not be in the same office space every day. So, but we
mhm.
just judging what y'all put on our TV screen. Um, next cake tasting. I don't care. You got anything about the cake tasting? Oh, I forgot. The cake tasting is where Mike wants Angie to quit. I think that's another red flag. You met me as an actress. You celebrated me when I got this role and you knew exactly what it was. Now that it's getting some traction and it might be bigger than what you thought, now you want me to quit because you're embarrassed by it.
I'm sorry. You can't come to me saying, look, I understand that for people, I'm not talking about this situation yet, they could be like, is this the right way that you should go right now? But you knew me, you knew what I was getting involved in, you knew even what this role I was taking on. You even heard about there's going to be, I got drugs in my, you know. So now you want to flip it and probably use, okay, we're engaged, and you're about to be my husband. It's just like, sir, because you're in luxury real estate, who cares? You know, what I do and what you do has nothing to do, it does not hurt your reputation or anything. Um,
And you knew it from day one.
yeah.
I didn't trick you or anything. You knew
Um,
who I was and what I was about. You knew about this role all from day one.
yeah. It's just like now you want to fix someone after you put a ring on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool whatsoever. Nobody's trying to even fix you. They really just want to have this wedding that you said that you wanted to happen so fast. Why does she have to accommodate you, but you can't accommodate her? That's crazy. Where's the counseling at?
Right. I think if they had counseling, they would break up. But it's just he doesn't know Angie. I think he likes the free spiritness of Angie. Angie is probably a really fun person, but he doesn't know her because he seems to think if he can dangle this credit card in your face, here, you ain't got to worry about. She's not that typical girl that's out here looking to be saved. Like Angie's goal, like Angie is willing to sleep on Quinn's sofa for life as long as she's trying to make it on Broadway. Like that's her goal in life is to make it as a Broadway star. She don't care about your credit card.
I was shocked when she gave it back, though,
Now,
because
that is very much in my notes. I would have told him about himself, but I'm keeping the credit card. I'm keeping.
yeah, someone came in my comments about that. Like, oh, she should have kept it. You know, build up your amount of money and all that, and keep it since he gave it to you.
I'm keeping. I'm telling you about yourself, but I'm keeping his credit card. But
Yeah, I think Angie wants to grow, and because of how she was with Quinn, she's trying to really do something with her life and not repeat something and have to depend on someone. I think that's her ultimate goal. And all I can say is if whatever happens with this relationship, you don't have somebody coming back saying, I did this for you, I
right,
did that for
right.
you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't ran up
And
$10,000 on my credit card. Like it's a
right,
clean break. I got my own money.
yeah. So I think it's the smartest thing, and I understand how women are, you just take what you can. But I think she wants to take another stand and have another standard in her life. And whatever this rug is about to pull. So you're not going to be able to put anything in my face.
I respect that as well because I'm very much like that in real life, but I still would have kept that credit card in real life. But anyway, Kim is spending the day with Quinn, Kofi, and Kofi's baseball player teammate. And Kim is lonely. We'll get to the end of the episode of her loneliness. But for the most part, she's expressing to the ladies that, I'm pregnant. Nobody really wants a pregnant lady. Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. Nobody really wants a pregnant lady to date, to screw. Mostly because if you see a pregnant lady in the street, we're going to assume there's a man close by. So that's why I would assume most men don't approach pregnant women. But girl, you're only going to be pregnant for 1 more month.
But then, still seeing the baby, people run away. Some men, but then you got them jokers. They know you. They know you got a baby, and if they don't got nothing, they know possibly you got a check coming in, and said, "Let me come spend some time with you. Act like I'm gonna be the father and all this stuff." There's some trifling men out there that will.
I forgot what episode that was, but Quinn or Camille was with the editor trying to get some more advances, and the lady was like, "When you give me a book, you get a check."
Yeah, the last episode, she was like, "Well, I gave you some chapters." Like, no, you got to give me all of the chapters before you get into them.
That's not how this works.
Yeah, I'm like, for a woman, in a way, I'm gonna say this. On one hand, I'm like, Camille and Ian don't really need to have a child. They are too immature. But I think this is kind of reset Camille because Camille is this overthinker. Things got to align this way, this way. In a way, things aren't working out as far as an alignment. It's having her. It's kind of reprogramming her as to how to deal with life and responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. A baby will do that. It'll get you together real quick.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe in a way it was a good thing, but at the same time, you a mess still, trying to get things together.
A mess. Up next, we got a photo shoot with Quinn and Kofi. I forgot they had some conversation about Black love, and he tricked her into being in a photo shoot because the lady was on the other line. Where do these kids come from? I don't understand. Is this a fictional situation? Like, if he doesn't have kids, I can understand the Black love and they showcasing their relationship in a photo shoot, but why the fake kids?
Yeah, that was. It's just like they're not even a couple, and you're just. I know that he's doing something for Ebony, and maybe it's just the whole facade of that. But I'm just trying to figure out why you needed her to be the one.
It's about Black love. The subject was Black love, so maybe they.
Go ahead.
I'm just wondering. Okay, I understand the subject is Black love, and maybe I took it as this is his way of publicly stating I'm with Quinn. We're doing this photo shoot. But when they threw the kids in there, I was like, oh, but is this fake? Like, is this just like an editorial thing? Like, I didn't get it.
I think that there's probably a lot of buzz behind the scenes, probably with whomever his manager is, about, oh, you're really positive out here in the media with Quinn. So let's act like you are this power couple, maybe this family going on. And I don't think that Quinn is understanding how much she's being used by this man to create this image for his career.
I can see that because I just didn't understand the children. I'm like, where these kids come from? But anyway, the photo shoot looked nice. I think the photo shoot is what took Quinn into old Quinn. You could tell she was starting to fantasize, like, oh, yes, the children, the husband. Yes, this is what I want. I can have it. Like, you could see Quinn going back into the old Quinn. I'm happy she didn't get stuck there, but I can see how that photo shoot could be manipulative to someone like Quinn. Because you're like dangling everything she's always wanted. And then we gonna see the next 2 episodes. Okay, Ty and Eva have the fight. Ty likes yes people. Ty asked Eva for her opinion, and when Eva gave it to her, she kicked her out of the office because she didn't tell Ty what she wanted to hear.
I hated that. For me, you do that to me, I'm not coming back. That's it. And what Eva was giving her was sound advice.
It was.
No one was saying that you were incapable of doing this, but she has insight that you don't know, but you didn't care about that. And that's what a partner is. They may have more insight that can see something that you cannot see. And I'm glad that you are this Michael Jordan in the tech world, Ty, but somebody should be able to tell you something. And then she was like, well, you're able to take all this advice from all of these white folk. And she said, I don't give a about their opinion, but at the same time, you still gonna take it. And it's not like you can tell them to them face F off. But for someone you're familiar with that you think you can do that to, you did that. And that was very disrespectful. And for me, I don't like rejection like that. If you tell me to go, I'm gone, because you can't do that to me. You can't squash me down and then kick me out into the street.
You can't embarrass me and then apologize later. But
oh, go ahead.
You said something that made me think. It reminded me of a TikTok I saw going around about, I can't remember the lady's name. I don't want to say it but for the most part, it was a Black woman back in the 50s, maybe the 60s, doing an interview where she's explaining that she wants her husband to come home and lie to her like he lies to the white people. Like in a white people face all day. Like, you tell them how you doing, good morning, you're fake and lying to them. Come home and be fake to me too. Don't treat the person you love the worst because the world is on your back. Custom white, custom people all that work that you feel like put them in their place and come home and love on me. Don't come home and bring, because to me that's ass backwards. I don't like yes people. The people I respect the most are the people that can tell me the truth. If someone loves you, they know how to tell you the truth in a way where it comes off as positive criticism and not, I'm beating you down. And that lady came to you in a positive way to help you be better, not tear you down, but you tore her down. And that's what I don't like. Like, I don't like people who like yes people. I don't like people who take it from, as people would say, the white man, but then you come home and you release all that negative energy on me. No, lie to me too. Be fake with me too.
Right. Keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy for the one you love. You should treat the person you love the most. But Ty kicked that lady out the office and she was like, who? Now, I did notice she left that jacket. I was like, she left that jacket on purpose. I know that. I said, yeah, they go make up. But anyway, we already talked about Angie giving that credit card back. She put her lingerie on and told her man, I killed it for that reporter. And this is what I want to do. And I'm happy Angie was honest with her fiance. Like, they just have ain't going back there. But I feel like we're going to get what they call it, the sheet come off of their eyes in episode 5 and 6. I really feel like Mike and Angie are going to wake up episode 5 and 6. If I see a wedding, I'm going to go crazy if I see a wedding. But what did you think about that moment? I know we kind of already touched on it.
I'm glad she was honest. I'm glad that she did not compromise in that way to reduce herself. She stood up for herself, and that I can really congratulate her on that.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to take her for what she loves. Mike, you love real estate luxury. I love acting, and I'm going to do this. And you can't buy me either.
Right.
To try
money.
to play a role for you. So then what's next?
Mm-hmm.
What next are you going to require of me if I let you do this to me in this new marriage that we're going into? So I'm just getting my feet off the ground again. You cannot take me down. Come on, Defying Gravity. If you watch Wicked,
I ain't watching.
You gotta watch
it. One day when it's free on the apps, I'll watch it.
Okay, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Put Defying Gravity. Come on, you can't hold me down.
And if you can't, point. Women see he was getting ready to set her up for the okie doke. A lot of men will dangle that credit card in front of you, so now you're dependent on him. And now when that sheet does come off, you're dependent on him because now you ain't got no money, you ain't got no job, and you need this credit card. So yes, Angie, give him that. I wouldn't have gave him that, but still have your own money because when the day come you need to leave, you can leave. Women always have your own stash somewhere so you don't have to ever feel stuck in something. Always be able to walk. And that when you said that, that made me think he wants Angie to be dependent on him. So when that sheet do come off in episode 5 or 6, she'll be stuck.
Because it's like, what else are you going to require of me? Next, you're going to just tell me not to do Broadway.
Right. Just sit in the house and be a trophy wife. And that's not Angie.
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot of strings that are attached when people try to offer you stuff to do what you want them to do. So.
Okay, 2 more scenes. Let's wrap up Ian and Camille. They have another meeting. Because Ian went over Camille's house and saw that baseball player there, and he got in his feelings talking about, oh, you going on a date? Oh, what you doing? Sir, you got Portia all the way in your brownstone up the street. I know you not tripping.
Facts. Come on. Oh, go ahead. No, I'm just reacting.
Oh, I was just wrapping up the scene. The main part that I gathered from this scene that I feel like is going to be an issue for Portia, they got to gazing in each other's eyes, talking about, we've always been friends. Our friendship was so much fun. And, we're going to be parents. We should be friends again. And we should hang out. And Ian is like, yeah, I'm going to carve out some time so we could kick it and, be friends. Because, Camille is lonely. Camille says she's lonely. That's about to be that line for Portia right there. That's why you don't fool with men that's getting ready to have a baby by their ex. Because that line, they get to gaze in each other's eyes, reminiscing. That's what's time to kick it. What he got to kick it with his baby mama for?
And I have another gripe. Okay, so Ian didn't make it to the Lamaze class.
True, I forgot to talk about that. Mm-hmm.
So Camille, you're not setting up a backup. You don't know what could happen. Just like you didn't know what happened when Ian wasn't answering phone calls. You are going to need someone. What happened to your sisters? They ain't gonna be good aunties for you. Like, it's kind of weird that you're dependent on this man solely because you don't know what could happen when you go into labor.
You don't, because he could be unavailable again, and that could be in a relationship or a marriage. You just never know. some people are unavailable and don't always have their phone. But Camille also needs to focus on reality. You are a single mother. Go to the single mama Lamont's class so you can learn what you need to learn.
Like, 1 minute she likes to be this independent, stubborn person, and then next, oh, I mean, man, which one you gonna choose? It's good to have that help there and all that. He's tied up, even if he wasn't in a relationship. He's a chef. You can't just pull him off the line right there. You don't know. So
And
if
you
you're not,
never know when you go into labor. Like, you can't plan that unless you have a scheduled C-section, but you never know. So he might not be to his phone, and he had a valid reason. That lady's father had a stroke. He
right,
took care of his girlfriend, whose father is down right now. He'll recover, but right now he's down. Okay, gone to the single mama Lamont's class.
facts, build your community. I don't understand.
It takes a village, yes.
It's a village. That's
But
crazy.
if you think about it, in the past seasons, it's always been Camille and Ian, Camille and Jameson, and everybody else has been single. So they were able to be Camille's village. But now Camille is single and everybody else is in a relationship. So they can't drop what they doing all the time either.
True. Quinn's probably the most available because she just is inviting Seth to, I guess, come spend some more time in New York. But I mean, still, I
Well,
don't know.
here, that's the last scene of the show. Where are my notes? So Quinn and Kofi are in bed. They're reminiscing about the photo shoot. And they again say he wants to spend more time in New York in the off season. They exchange the L word. They love each other. They're kissing, they're hugging. They probably made sweet love. And then bam, Kofi's phone starts to ringing. He thinks Quinn is asleep. So he answers it, and it's Sabrina. And he calls her baby and says, I'll be home soon. I love you. But Quinn isn't asleep. Those eyes pop open. I would have confronted his ass, but she probably just gonna tell the girls next week. Her eyes pop open. End of the episode. Poor Quinn.
Yeah. It's always at the point of when Quinn lets her guard down and then boom,
Mm-hmm.
something. It's just, I just don't think, like I was saying earlier, I don't think it's this typical just him cheating on her or with whomever this Sabrina girl is. I
Maybe
just
his
think,
daughter.
nah. Because he already mentioned, because he mentioned Quinn. I'm like, well, if you're just about to spend some time with this girl and you just saying you love her, it feels so much more business orientated, like, or orchestrated. But he's willing to play with Quinn's feelings in order to get what he wants business wise.
Well, what does he want? He already had her as a stylist or whatever. Like, this is why this right here is why I don't like people who move fast and drop the L word, because a lot of men, I'm not saying all, a lot of men feel like they can drop that L word on you and you gonna melt and now you're stuck because all you want to hear is that somebody loves you. Girl, he dropped the L word on you. Next thing you know, he talking to another side piece. You might be the side piece, but he talking to Sabrina. I don't think is because what business ain't calling it all times of night.
Because, well, Sabrina knows about Quinn. If you heard the conversation, so it's like
Well, I'm
something else.
talking
Oh,
about Quinn. What she say about Quinn?
um, while he was saying something to Sabrina, he said, "Yeah, I'm at Quinn's place." Da 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 da. And then he went on and said, "I love you, babe," to Sabrina. So Sabrina knows about Quinn.
All that.
Hmm?
I ain't hear all that.
Yeah, he mentioned Quinn. I was like,
They weren't
okay.
at his house. They was over his house.
or with Quinn, he did mention it to this lady. Unless he has an open relationship with this woman, then
Maybe it's his daughter. It's got to be a daughter. But the daughter, why she ain't in the bed sleep?
because ain't it like real early in the morning he got to go catch a flight? No, something is up, and I think he's just manipulating her. Unfortunately, in this situation,
Or Quinn. Just
yeah.
so you should have stayed off that boat. You should have kept that man you had last season. Because he
Go
wouldn't
find him.
have feelings.
Go find your real husband and tell him to come. We need you.
Right, Oak River Empire. I can't think of his name.
I I just know it's Andre. I forgot his real name.
Yeah, I do love them in real life. They make a beautiful couple. But you got to give Kofi a chance. I mean, when Kofi come around, he might be,
No.
but you got to give him a chance. I ain't mad at for giving Kofi a chance now. But when you see Kofi, you just got to hit it, test it out, and quit it. You can't get your feelings involved.
True, true. I think I think this will be a quick adjustment back to Quinn as far as how she said that she's going to live her life because she did let her guard down in this way, and she was like, So I
But
think it's
he
going to be
started it. To me, that's the worst kind of man. If you're gonna be on dirt and this woman is cool with being what they call it exclusively unexclusive, like
right.
if she's cool with just taking it slow, what you in here throwing the L word out for? If you is about the bullshit, just let's stay in the lanes we in. Where now no feelings is hurt because we're not exclusive, but now you throwing the L word out and answering the phone for Sabrina because a real man wouldn't have had to answer. Now I will go with C Golden. Maybe Sabrina is a family member and that's why he answered. But if Sabrina is the jump off, you didn't have to answer that phone.
No, not at all. Not at all. Go to voicemail. We'll talk when I get to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, you know? So that's pretty crazy. Yeah. And as you said, Quinn wasn't requiring anything of him. We was just having fun.
We're having fun. That's it.
Yep. I'm eager to find out what he got going on. Like the whole truth of what he has going on.
Me too. I'm kind of sad. We're gonna get the conclusion of this next week. Me and L Train will be back same time, same place next Sunday for
Yeah.
the finale of it all. That's a lot to wrap up in 2 more episodes.
Robin Givens is going to be on one of the episodes. I'm like, y'all just
Really?
yeah.
Robin is Sabrina. Robin Givens has to be Sabrina. Because
Oh,
who else would she be?
right.
And
Y'all
if
just
Robin Givens is
gave her one episode.
Sabrina, hmm?
Mm. It's like y'all just gave her one episode. Like y'all know.
I want to see more of her. I like Robin Givens. But Robin Givens has to be Sabrina, and that ain't no family member. I can guarantee you that.
Facts.
It's about to be
Facts.
some boomerang mess going on up in here.
Ooh, Quinn, you better give her that Halle Berry smack like she gave to Eddie Murphy back in the day. I mean, that was hard.
I didn't know she was gonna be in this, so I'm excited to see her. I'm kind of sad to see it go, but I'm excited. See Golden. See Golden.
Mm.
That lady, I mean, she might be 60. Oh, that lady is not 70. How old is Robin Givens? She might be 55.
Yeah, I think she's in her 50s
Yeah,
somewhere. Yeah, but that's just like Hallie. She's in her 50s too. So
I'm sure she still looks amazing, but you had to put that shade in there. The lady is not 70.
wow.
No. Because she was
No.
a teenager. She was a teenager when I watched her. So I would assume she's probably 60. Okay, so she's about 15 years older than me. So
Mhm.
Okay. It still ain't gonna be no sister. Robin Given is not coming on the show to be Kofi's sister. She's
Right.
on the show to start some mess and confusion.
Right. You know. Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
Or it could
So
be because Kofi is young, and even though Robin Givens looks good, maybe she might be playing his stepmother, something like that. Because you wouldn't call your mother by her real name.
maybe his manager slash lover.
We gonna see it. It's gonna be some mess and confusion.
Yeah.
But if
Most
it
definitely.
ends with Quinn getting married to Kofi, I wouldn't be mad either. You got to
I
give him.
don't I don't want the baby daddy and baby mama to be together. I'm sorry.
Oh, I forgot. We did say we are going to discuss how we want to see the characters end. Let's stick on Quinn since we're on Quinn. I feel like Sabrina is going to come wreck shop and get her man back, and Quinn is going to be back in her feelings. I'm sorry, Quinn, but that's how I see it ending for you.
Ugh.
Everybody can't have a happy ending.
I mean, it may not just be
But she's going to
happy.
rediscover herself. So that's what's going to be happy at the end.
Yeah, because a happy ending doesn't have to be with a man or a partner. And with Quinn taking control of her life as to what she wants, opposed to what other people are telling her she has to. Um, it may be okay, coffee, we did it. You messed over me. So what? Deuces. I'm
I was
still gonna be
That's because at the end of the day, Quinn got her parents' money, so she wasn't in it for the money. And you already have the stylist connections. He helped you in
yeah,
your career. That's his
yeah.
money.
So you may have come off as a curse, but really a blessing to me,
Blessing.
coffee.
You helped me
So
chop off my career. Don't
yeah,
go over there with Sabrina.
yeah.
Okay, let's go to Angie next. You go first with Angie. How do you want to see
um,
Angie's story end?
Angie, just thrive in your career in Broadway. You know, I want to see you get a Tony. Um, I think that I could see her probably helping someone else see a younger version of herself and helping them or something.
Episodes.
In
It's
2 episodes, I mean, you could always just see her just see somebody or whatever, but I could see her just being now someone who could help carry someone else, possibly.
to usher in a younger generation.
Hmm.
I agree with C Golden. They're not getting married. I feel like we're finally going to see what's up with Mike and why he wants to rush into marriage. And Angie's going to be like, no, thank you. But at least, like, she's an independent woman now. She won't be back on Quinn's sofa. And I would love to see her show be successful. I hope we get to see a piece of this show.
Hmm.
And I hope that it's successful and Angie blossoms in her career. We ain't gonna see her find another love in 2 episodes, but I don't want to see her get married at all.
Yeah, yeah,
Or I would like to see his family come in and really tell us what the tea is.
right. What's really going on? I kind of get. If they don't want to deal with him, I just I wonder if he is completely straight.
But Angie has been with bisexual men before. He could have been honest.
He could have, but people have their own journeys and what they feel and what they want to expose about themselves. Because what made them cut you off? Or did you just leave them like Ty did? Like, it's weird to me. And it's like, you want this luxury life. Maybe they are poor or something, and you're the
I
one that
don't think
made
that's
it.
pace. It's 2024 at the time of this was shot. New York City is a very liberal city. I don't see people, and I'm not saying everybody, but I don't think he's trying to get married to cover up a DL lifestyle. I think it's something really, I can't imagine what it could be, but it's something gonna come out in these next two episodes, and Angie better run.
Yeah, yeah. I think she'll wake up,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Let's save Camille for last. Ty and Eva.
All I can say is I think that they are soulmates.
I do
It's,
too.
it's dependent on at this moment because we haven't really seen flaws in Eva, but it's dependent on Ty on keeping it together, you know, and not pushing her away.
I think Ty is going to have a moment of completion at the conclusion of this. Since they made an effort to bring up the parents in Ty's storyline and Ty actually searching for plane tickets to go back to Georgia or wherever, I think in the next two episodes, we're going to see Ty have that conversation with her parents. I hope we can see acceptance, like she has this conversation and the family accepts her and she can have a completion, and like all that stuff she has been carrying for all these years can be released. I'm hoping that's what happened for Ty. C. Golden says she might self-destruct. She could do that too. But I'm hoping we see Ty have a conversation with her parents and she's able to release a lot of things that she's been holding. Because I
Yeah,
think Eva is going to be there to stay. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy happen with Eva.
right. You know, even a release is a release. Whether someone accepts it, that's
True.
on
True.
them. And I think at least if she get the release out, cool. And I think that she will be better from that. I
Right.
mean, she still has been absent of their support for.
Right. Just to see your parents for 10, like it's weird. That's weird, but we've seen weirder. Okay. Last and definitely not least, Ian and Camille.
What I want is for them to just be co-parents. It's going to be still difficult and crazy. I need them to grow up some more. I need them to mature more, and I need them to get the feelings out of there. I don't know how they're going to do it because now a baby is involved in it. I still don't want them together though, because it's just like what I
I have
don't
a
get.
very dark prediction. It's extremely dark. And remind everyone this is just television. Now, you know, Kamisha has already seen all these episodes in advance because of the relationship she has with various different networks and productions. And she hasn't given any spoilers, but Kamisha, and click it off here if you don't want any hints. She gave a hint, but not a spoiler. So 3, 2, 1. Okay. When we first talked about season 3 of Harlem, she always said, it's so sad. Like, and that's all she would say. Like, she didn't say sad about who or nothing. She just said it was sad. She didn't say what. No, she just said the season was sad. And so far, the season has not been sad. So I'm like, does something happen with Camille or this baby? My
or
prediction is a lot of storytelling from, writers. They take it from real life things that they want people to have conversations about, not just to be salacious and scandalous in the story. That's part of it too. But lately, we have been hearing about the statistics of Black women giving birth, making it through the childbirth, you know, and that's real life. And we know Camille is an anthropologist, so that's something she will probably look into. I just have a very dark feeling that something's going to happen to Camille during childbirth. It's going to be extremely sad. That's how they're going to end this this the last season. They ain't coming back because Camille ain't going to be here to come back. And Ian and Portia are going to raise the baby. I just have that feeling. I don't know what that was. I have that feeling. Of course, I don't want to see that. But I just have a feeling that's how we're going to end it. It's going to be because nothing else is sad.
Nothing. If it's about them, maybe. Well, remember when they did the sonogram, or they went to go get
when they did the sonogram and their heart stopped beating? Kamisha's hint. I was like, damn, please don't lose the baby. I'm not saying one life is better, but I hate when people lose babies. Not saying I hate when people lose their moms too, but I'm just thinking as a writer, that's a way to end the season, because when they end stuff and they don't want to come back, they usually kill somebody off.
Or does something happen to Ian?
Something could happen to Ian. That would be equally as sad, because now she really is a single mom.
And then watch, Portia already has put an embryo inside of her.
Well, they would be her embryo. She can implant herself, but why? That's a whole nother rabbit hole. That's a whole nother rabbit hole of why you want to implant the embryos, knowing you would be a single parent. But I just feel like the Ian Camille story is going to end in some kind of tragedy.
I do want it to end. I didn't say tragically though, but Lord.
That's just the feeling I get. If take all of that aside, take Kamisha's hint of sadness to the left, or this would be to the left. I can see Ian and Camille, this baby bringing Ian and Camille back together.
Which I don't want.
I can see maybe that's the sadness. Portia lose her man. I don't know.
Lord.
I can see them getting back because they're already at the end of episode 4 blinking in each other's eyes, talking about how much they want to rekindle their friendship.
You were my best friend.
Okay, that's what happened when you end a relationship. You lose your best friend. It's over.
I don't know. I am kind of on pins and needles and doesn't know what exactly happens. So I'm just preparing myself to be pissed off. That's the only thing.
I'm preparing myself for, I don't know if you watched that show, The Secret Sex Lives of College Girls on Max, written by Mindy Kaling. Is it Mindy Kaling? I think that's her name.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched.
Okay. Well, I love Mindy. I love everything she does. She had another show on Netflix or something. But anyway, I just watched the finale episodes of The Secret Sex Lives of College Girls. I don't know if it was a series finale, but it was a season finale. And everyone who had any kind of tension or any kind of buildup of drama, by the end of it, everyone just had a happy, like one of the girls came out to the mom and the mom was like, oh yes, I'm so happy for you. And it was like the tension of the mother not being happy. And I mean, when I tell you every scenario was just butterflies and flowers and happy often, that's what I'm anticipating for Harlem. I don't want that. Like, I want it to end in a real way. But I have a feeling if it's not going to end in a tragedy, it's going to end with butterflies and everyone is just having everything they ever wanted. And that's the end of these ladies' story. Which isn't like when I watched that finale, I was like, nobody got no drama. I think that was a series ending finale. See, Golden, you watch it. What you think? I think that was a series ending finale just because usually when you end in a season, it's a cliffhanger for you to pick back up the drama. And like everyone had an absolute completion at the end of that series or season. So I don't know. But we'll see next week, y'all. We'll be back and we will be talking about it. Now, if they do end with rainbows and butterflies and flowers and all that, it ain't going to be too much to talk about.
Right. Yeah. So
it felt like a series finale because it was just too perfect the way they wrapped up that season. Like, now it wasn't a lick up.
Do you think that there's going to be a time jump on that show?
Which one?
And maybe the Mindy show that you were talking about?
I don't think so because it's about college kids. And like, even though it's been 3 seasons, it only covered 2 years of college. Like they usually would do one semester break, another season, another semester. This season was their season 3. They did have a cast member leave the show. Like one of the main college girls got switched out. So it did kind of feel like a series finale and not a season's finale. I need to Google it and see if it's coming back, if they're going to get a season 4.
Cool.
We'll see.
All right. So y'all, the writers, actors, and actresses, y'all, do us a big one, please.
And get in our DMs. We're both on Twitter. If you have any other Black shows, because I like reviewing these kind of scripted Black television shows because I feel like there's things I can relate to. But I don't feel like we have any coming out right now.
No. Now, Tyler Perry just released that he's doing 5 projects this year with Netflix. 2 series. One is already out.
You sent me Back in Black or Beauty in Black.
Yeah.
That's back in March. We need to review that because Beauty in Black part 1 was good.
It was good.
I'm reviewing part
2. Me too. But there's another one that's coming out. I forgot the what's her name from the Steve Harvey show?
Wendy Raquel.
The other one, the one that was with Cedric, the entertainer.
I just know Alizé Jenkins. I don't know her. I know her name in real life. I'm sorry.
Terry J. Vaughn, I think it is.
Yes, that's her name.
So there's a new series coming out with her. It looks a little bit more dramatic.
Okay, I like her.
Yeah, but I think the rest he's got like movies. He's got a new Medea movie coming out on Netflix, so that must be his package deal with Netflix. So, but he got a few. Do you like any of the Power series?
I do. The only one I really care about is Kanan. So when Kanan comes back, I normally just watch Power. I don't really review it.
Yeah, that comes back in March.
Really? Because I've been waiting for Kanan to come back because the way last season ended, I was like, oh.
Lord, yep. They just put the trailer out, last week or so? Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Let me see it. I gotta Google that. Okay, Google Kanan, and I gotta Google these Tyler Perry shows. But I did see, because you sent me when Beauty in Black is coming back, and I will be watching and reviewing that.
Yep. That's about it. I got some other stuff but it's on Bravo. I'll be watching Summer House, but I've been watching that forever and a day. I know a lot of people don't get into it, but
I watched the Black people at the Summer House.
Yeah, it was cool. They needed some adjustments to it, I think. I think it could have been a good show, but the difference between OG Summer House and that one, Martha's Vineyard, you got to stay on an island for however long you're taping or whatever. How Summer House is that you go there during the weekends, work during the week in New York, and then
They
come
should
out there
do that.
and party. You know.
And they should do it. You can tell with Martha's Vineyard, it's shot in the off season because when they're out there, no one else is out there, and it's like, okay, we just gotta watch y'all in the house. Where if they could do it during the on season and come out on the weekends and really shoot and party and stuff, that would be give them more content for their show.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just totally different with Martha's Vineyard because you have to fly there and take a boat out there and all that stuff. So it's just the wrong location. Good concept. It just doesn't work.
Right.
So,
They was trying to give us black people a show, but we ain't support it. We ain't watch it. But
right. And
yeah,
folk is really fighting. I'm sorry, go ahead.
they need to
But
do a better show because I had lost interest in season 2 of Martha's Vineyard. What was you about to say? What they fighting for? Potomac, Atlanta.
well, Atlanta, they want folks to watch. I'm like, well, I didn't like the trailer. And y'all mad that we didn't like the trailer? Like, that's so crazy.
I'm not impressed by the trailer, but I'm watching because I feel like the new girls are going to give. If anything, they're going to go after Kenya, and we're going to see Kenya act up. Once Kenya is gone, now Portia is the girl in charge. So now they have to go after Portia. I'm interested in Shamia confronting Portia. It's a couple of seasons too late, but go at it, girl. And I'm interested in what Drew is doing with Dennis. Not the music, but the drama. Because when Portia meets you in the back alley, Drew, I ain't gonna say nothing.
I don't even know what that story's about, but that is just like
It's messy. It's
yeah.
messy. You're in the city of Atlanta. There's a music producer on every corner of every block of the ATL. You had to go to Dennis, who was known for making hot dogs, to make some music. She was being messy.
I'm interested to also to see this Shamia and Portia thing. I don't think much is gonna come of it.
It's not because Shamia ain't got the same kind of energy Portia got.
And she wants to be the follower of Portia. I'm like, no, because I've been kind of worried. Like, why is she on this show as a housewife? Because if you follow how up behind Portia, then I'm just gonna look at you as whack. I already think you're whack because you accepted her friendship back when she did some horrible things. Like, no, we don't come back from that. You were too trying to be
So
safe.
Shamia came back. I'm assuming Shamia was like, "Well, Candy forgave her. I forgive her."
But it's like, no, you were too busy trying to follow behind Phaedra, and Phaedra really got you in trouble, even though I could say some other things. But it's just like, y'all are best friends, but this work friend took priority, and you didn't even come to my engagement party. You didn't even come to my wedding. And we still best friends? No, no. And then you sitting up here being her bridesmaid at her other wedding?
Portia doesn't know how to be a friend if you have more than her. Once Portia has what you have, and Portia feels like she could look down on you, she'll be your best friend. But as soon as Portia got to look at you eye to eye or look up because you might have more, Portia is not a girl's girl. She doesn't know how to be happy for people. She's done that to her own sister.
And somehow she's the fan favorite. I don't get that.
I do like Portia, but she ain't my fan favorite. But I also think Portia is not the one to save the franchise either.
She's not. She can't. She's not an anchor. We've seen her on her own show. Dennis became the good guy.
Portia is not the saver of Real Housewives of Atlanta. One, she's the fun girl. She's the one who's in the group to make the group have fun, to twerk, to say something stupid so we can laugh at. She's not the reader. She's not the gatherer. She the one who almost getting ready to get fired. One more fight. I ain't never seen nobody get that many chances for fighting on Bravo. So she really on her last leg. I don't think she's that entertaining, but we'll see. Cause I can tell you right now, I don't give a damn about her, this house, Dennis, Simon, none of it.
We see, we all seen the signs, and her fan base. Ooh, she's living the highlight. No, we saw how Simon was treating Fallon, his ex-wife, and you went on and married this man, and
All
you
she saw
knew.
was dollar signs. Portia saw the dollar signs once the smoke cleared and she saw the liabilities that came with them dollar signs. She was like, oh, the liabilities are more than the assets. We backwards over here. Let me get a divorce. So I'm gonna talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta tomorrow. I'm gonna do a separate video. But let me get off of here because I do gotta run to the store before I have another live tonight. 6:30 p.m. Drag Race will be on my channel. So if you care about RuPaul's Drag Race, the panel will be on my channel tonight at 6:30. But me and L Train will be back to talk about Harlem. What season is this? 3 episodes, 5 and 6, or the final 2 episodes of the series. We really hope they go out really great. I really love this show. Other than that, me and L Train talk more behind the scenes and see if we're gonna find another show we can review together after Harlem.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Please like and support everyone up here, and we'll holler at y'all later. Bye.
Bye.